Okay, here we are on the final target 7. 55 yards down this slope, 19 degrees. It's going to be about a 5-yard cut from my guess. Do you know what? This 19 degrees isn't a bad sort of angle to be aiming downhill at. You'll probably find that it's going to hold okay if it wasn't windy. And right now it's not too bad. Later on, who knows what it's going to be like. But it's, like I say, the hard thing about it is that it's going to be nervy for these guys on the last target. It's pretty tight. It's a 50 centimetre face as well at that distance, which is a tiny dot to aim at. But like I said, hold-wise, it's probably not going to be too bad. We saw, if you're looking at the scores on the scorecards, Jordan Mitchell in the second group shot XX5 on this. It's possible to clean, but I'm going to say 14.25 is probably going to be about par. A drop point, it might not be too bad, but a 15, that's helping a lot.
Right. Anna Wall's in the foreground. She's just about held this together, whether or not she shot another miss, so she will be out of the top 4 by the time this finishes, but that's a nice way to start. I mean,
we've watched her shoot some good arrows today.
Yeah, she's only young. She'll work stuff out. Lucy taking some more pictures in the background and
dancing.
Going, that's a 5. Hope should be comfortable in second place. Kind of feels, I got a text message off her half an hour ago going, yeah, it feels like it's meant to now.
Yeah.
Which is relatively pleasing. I mean, this is not, it's not a difficult shot. What I find very difficult about this,
I don't know if I didn't say it.
No, but it's when you got on a black background, the rest of it into this quarry floor.
Yeah,
it's like a sort of teacup floating.
Yeah.
You know, and you are very aware. That's a 4 for Anna. You're very aware that it's got to be an 80% shot.
Yeah.
You're going, if I make a mistake, it's not going to score 5.
Yeah.
And that, I would say, is the biggest issue with respect to, you know, you're going like, it might be a bit nervy. And it's been the most bizarre day today for weather. I mean, it's like muggy and warm, and I don't think I'm in Wales.
Yeah, neither do I, to be honest here.
I mean, you know, I've been soaked before at this place, but rarely in sweat.
Yeah.
This is it's a pleasure to shoot this actual target, as long as it doesn't matter for anything.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, nice.
It's a
Top
bit better.
X, probably.
And I Hope has, you know, found her shot with respect to next week.
I think that must have been a goal for the last sort of 10 targets.
For the last 10 targets, yes. And the Australian girl will go, you know, into the junior girls compound division with Abby Spinks, who is here, you know, walking a little taller than her 5'1".
Yeah.
You know, going, did you see me on camera all weekend?
Yeah. I don't know how Abby's going to feel going into next week, but Anna
not done her any harm.
No, it hasn't, not at all. But Anna should. I think it's done good for Anna.
Yeah.
More good than maybe it has done for Abby, but it's, you know, she shot well as well.
I mean, I would like to see. It's unlikely that you know, an Australian junior girl is going to travel too many times out of these things. But we do need. We've had it in the men's division. René Mansky, Domahoy Buden was shooting these, you know, before he was shaving.
Yeah.
Good extra finish.
Good last hour.
Unfortunately, we could have done with a few more of those over today.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be any discussion. I figure Lucy can miss a couple of times. So
Tim's got a healthy lead over Yari.
Yes. And he
still has to put these in the middle.
Yeah,
really.
But he has dug deep over the last 4 or 5 targets, because rather like Chris, I don't think it's felt very good. I don't think it's been... And I respect both of them for the fact, you know, Chris is still in the X hunt, you know, and Tim could have let this get away. That's out by Yari for a 4. You know, to a certain degree, that's a 5. And no matter what he said this morning, Tim Gillingham would 9 times out of 10 be going, standing shooting the shot, I should be closer to the X than that.
Yeah.
I think he's perfectly happy with the 5s.
Yeah, for now, isn't he? I mean, he hasn't had the best of days or the weekends, to be fair, but...
If he's... with this shot, you know, it would have to not hit paper. If he's managed to manufacture a win out of this, good on him.
Yeah, fair play.
He finishes with a 4. That's classy.
Nice. Is he going to be livid? No,
I don't think
he's
he
just
cares.
shaking it off.
I think he's reasonably comfortably had enough to play with.
Yeah, he was a long way ahead.
Not obviously with those arrows going to threaten the X's. The X's is going to come down to Chris White and Christian Spura, who's had a wild day.
Christian.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so's Chris as well.
It's just out for Yari can't have shot 3-4s. No, he's still got an arrow shoot. I was there going, that would be an awful way to finish if you'd done what he's done, which has been solid all weekend.
He's in the hunt for 3rd place as well.
Yeah. But again, actually Christian Spura, and I mean it's a given if you happen to be in the X count, unless you've missed a few times, you're going to be climbing up the leaderboard. Put the last one in, because 12 would be an awful way to finish this and will cost you quite a lot of money. And that's the other issue, is that these arrows feel like they cost you more money than the other 100 and something.
Yeah, no, they always do, don't they?
It's like playing golf. You're there going, your last drive, you've hit 17 of them before, but the last one matters.
Yeah.
Gillingham, a little bit chattier than he was. I know, it's Chris White.
Christian Spiro has obviously started on this target. It's only got a 40-yarder to finish, so...
Chris White is going to have to find, for me, 2 X's, which is quite a lot to ask, standing here.
I think coming into this target...
He's one up.
And
the other boy's got not a tremendously difficult target.
That could be really easy, to be fair. 40-yard, 50 face, flat.
Yeah, he has to shoot this. Please hit a 5. Just because, it'd be good to see. So, I think those 2 4s are going to be costly for Yari to end up on the podium. But I think he would have probably taken 4th at the start of the weekend.
He'd have snapped your hand off for it. Definitely.
Where are you going?
Yeah, nice X. Good finish. We'll have to wait and see what Christian does on the last target, but yeah, assuming he cleans it, Yari's just left himself
going to miss
4th,
Yeah. So, Lucy O'Sullivan with, a huge lead over Inga Eindhoven. Now it's up to 21 points, where it was 9 at the start of the day.
On the day, she's 1 up on Hope.
She's shot good. You can't take anything away from the win. I'm pretty certain that as an international field shooter, Hope will be a bit livid. But then Chris has every right to be a bit livid. If you don't win, you don't win.
Yeah.
It was in their control.
It was. She hasn't won anything in a while, Lucy, as well. I think this kind of thing is, walking into this and winning it, I think it'll mean quite a lot to her in the end.
Yes. Only the second British archer in 30 events to win one. Just out the top. 4 for Lucy.
I know she's had a rangefinder and all these things, but she's
pretty certain Inga put that in the middle of the middle.
I was about to say, I know Lucy's had a rangefinder and she's got all that sorted, but her field shooting this weekend has been pretty good.
She's shot it solid.
Yeah.
The
way she's shooting is good.
Yeah, she's shooting a hell of a lot better than I expected for putting arrows close together than I've watched her shoot on the international target circuit this summer. So that's another X by Inga. The form's good enough. I think that the next one, next year, she'll qualify for them now, having won one. Will be a little tricky. But let's see where Inga goes with the last one. She's pretty much guaranteed you a 3rd. X. I transpose our first arrow was a 4, so yes. The Australian girl Anna Wall's got within 1 point of her and then shot a miss.
Yeah.
And then shot another miss. So, yeah, she was never really out of the podium. Well, she never was out of the podium position, Zinger.
I think she'd be really disappointed with how it went today, though.
It's not great. It's
a 5, I think.
Yeah.
5 or an X. It's in the middle somewhere. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think yesterday she might have felt that she had a bit of...
Somebody explained to Lucy that she can miss and still win. Because it's,
I think Inga yesterday would have had a sort of, I don't know,
bit of a hope to do it a bit better.
that she done.
I don't actually know
form,
I don't know what the
maybe,
Dutch team is for the World Fields. I don't know if she's on it. If she's not, that'll be the first time in a while.
Yeah.
Probably Sandra Louis and a couple of others. But where are you going with this? Middle
X.
to finish. X, aren't you?
Nice.
Yes. I couldn't do that. I once shot. Yeah. I once shot a training weekend with Lucy. And Lucy and Nikki Simpson and Claudine Jennings shot a perfect 50-metre round in Lilleshall Hall inside. Yeah. And Lucy high-fived Nikki and then went to high-five Claudine, and Claudine looked at her and went, I don't do that. Chris. She wears a heart on her sleeve. No, yes, back to this. Chris needs 2 X's for my money. And for goodness sake, he also needs a 15. Duncan should be reasonably safe for second. I mean, unless I've said that before about Duncan. He shot a 3 at Esh on the last target when I went, he's got this covered.
Yeah, again, well, okay, let's say he's what, 2 up on Yari?
Yeah. And Yari
one up on Yari.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Right hand 5 for Chris.
So he's also worried about Christian. He's probably going to need a 15 to be safe. Duncan. 14 may keep him ahead by a point.
Yeah. But yeah, you'd be happier if the first one went in, that's for sure.
Come on, buddy.
Which one?
Duncan, he's taking his time. Really taking his time.
Yeah, he won't shoot it.
Oh, God, good lad. One
in
of
the middle,
X's,
left X.
Yeah.
For Chris.
Has he got 2 down there? He's got an X and a 5.
Yep.
1 to be safe here, just to be sure.
Yeah. But I think Chris is pretty much... I mean, he's done too many of these. There's no way he's doing anything but looking at his phone. He knows how many X's.
Yeah.
Gripper Award and X's word is he does have to hit an X. Actually, from what we've heard from Christian finishing. Somebody shout up to Chris that he does actually need an X. I wouldn't want him to get complacent. Tricky target to search out an X if you really needed it.
If you really needed it. Yeah. If you really, really needed it, yeah.
Duncan's doing nothing quickly. But yeah, it will be interesting to see.
Go on, make a point.
Duncan, just get on, shoot him. It is what... I mean, it's easy for me to say, but it is what it is. You've got a 5. You can probably shoot a 4 and a 5 and you'll be okay.
Would this be Duncan's best finish if he finished second?
Oh, he's definitely never won one. So it'll equal it. That's an X for Chris, which should be enough to salve his conscience a little bit.
I think the way Chris is going to walk away from that winning the X count, he's going to think, X's are important next week, so I'm good.
Yeah. 5. It's got to be enough. And Chris is done. Yeah. What does Duncan actually need? 4's enough. 4's enough. So somebody shout up and tell him that, because then he'll shoot quicker. If you only need a 4, it's a lot less painful.
Yeah. There's a lot of chat going on.
Well, they've only shot 43 3/4 targets, Now's the time to check your sight tape.
Yeah.
Where are you going with this?
Last one, 4 for second place.
Yep.
At least tied his best finish. Let's have a look at his profile.
I don't remember a second. He started off well, then he shot a miss.
Best position's third.
Yeah. He's never really excelled on the last day, and in many ways he hasn't excelled here. You know, Chris...
He's just plodded along, hasn't he?
Yes.
People have
I'll do it, low 5.
People have just plodded
So
along. He's plodded along, and people have sort of had a meltdown around him.
Yeah.
And it's worked out well for him. Second place, best
Yes.
finish. It's not a bad thing losing to Tim Gillingham on a windy course.
It's not a bad thing losing to Tim Gillingham anywhere,
yeah.
but yes. So, 7:28. Lucy won it by 10. Well, that's just
no one would have thought that.
Yeah, good. Got good odds on that at the start. Hope, it's a bit painful, but it's another podium. Inger Eindhoven makes third after a tricky day. Gillingham does take it from Busby, who just sneaks in ahead of Christian Spurer. Gets in there just one behind, and then Jari Avisto one behind that. And Yari's probably a little bit gutted, but he's got to be happy enough with that as a finish.
Yeah.
With respect to the X's, fairly straightforward in the end. 65 for Spurer and 66 for Chris, I think. 67 for Chris. They could have told him he didn't need both of them. And again, relatively low X count on both sides, but Lucy O'Sullivan's done the clean sweep at the first time she tried to do this. We will be back with the interviews and prize giving.